Hello, guys. We are here again for a new class of history. I need to tell you that this is the first time doing this for you guys. Uh, and for that reason, I decided even to have a script so you're going to know everything what I'm going to say here. But welcome to the first IV history class online. I hope you're doing well and healthy in your homes. Please send my best greetings to all your family members. There is a lot of changes right now in our habits at home, dealing with computers and technical challenges. You know, seeing lots of family right now all the time, and I hope that this season about COVID-19 will finish soon. Now let's talk a little bit about what we have been doing in our history class. We have seen in class some of the circumstances of Hitler's rise. If you remember, we have seen a little bit about the Weimar Republic, etc. But we have focused ourselves in the political circumstances of Germany after 1918, and how was that contributed with the rise of Nazism. We read and saw that there was an impact of the Treaty of Versailles on the borders of Germany, and Hitler was using this situation against the German ruler of the time, Friedrich Ebert, who signed armistice to end World War One, right? For sure, you remember that part. And also, we studied what was part and what was the role that was played under the economic conditions of the 1929 period too. So Germany could not probably meet the impossible heavy demands that we were seeing these. Remember, you draw this map and we make comments over the Spartacus conflict. But going back to the political circumstances, we saw that there was an impact of the Treaty of Versailles in the borders of Germany, and Hitler was using these as on his behalf and benefit, right? But another economic conditions that was put Germany into a bad situation was that Germany could not meet the almost impossibly heavy demands for reparations, and so that the government overprinted paper money, and this was a plus for the loss of production and provoked hyperinflation. Last but not least, we read about how the Germany Nazi movement developed between 1919 and 1929, and we saw that Hitler promised to reestablish order and jobs in Germany. He belonged to the National Socialist German Workers' Party, the NSDAP. He gave the party its new name and its drive and a new 25-point program combining nationalist, socialist, racialist, and anti-Semitic and anti-democratic ideas. So you saw a little bit about this, and that's pretty much what we have seen. And now, in order to see what was happening meanwhile in the army of Germany and other European countries' armies, we saw the evolution of tanks, right? And you have seen the this book, and you selected some of the tanks, and you had here. I remember you had here some of the models of the tanks. You saw them, but also in a way you saw also that there were some rubrics, and these rubrics were, I'm going to show you, these rubrics were pretty specific. In the context of the project, we saw in World War I about the military strategy, about the trenches, and now we saw a little bit about the new military strategy in World War I through the invention of the tank and its evolution through mainly research. You have sent to a school your group's projects with all 5 components, and that was, and I'm going to show you now which were the components. Checking here, the outline, the draft, the stages, the effects and conclusions, plus also you need to add references of the sources you used to present this mini project. So that was something that you needed to do. And we are going to talk a little bit more about this in a second. Now you can see on your screen the rubrics on the parts that you should have included. There we have an outline, a draft or a scheme, the stages of the tank, the one you have been choosing one only tank, and the effects, and at the end the conclusions written for sure. But you need to include the references of the sources you used to present in this mini project. That was something really important. If you have not sent this project, please do it until today to be graded over 5. I repeat, send it today. This is going to be projected for you guys on Wednesday until 2 p.m. and through your group leader. Remember, it was to be sent until last Friday, 13 last week. So also some of you asked me if you would need to send the corresponding files again to Google Classroom. No, not really. The short answer is no. You don't need to do it again. Even better, don't do this. Just send it once to Schoology. Some projects must be sent to Schoology with no exceptions. Okay. And finally, to see the impact of these changes, we're going to do a little bit of what happened. We're going to see what happened in German society, and we analyze this through art. Okay, so the second big topic, and if you want me to recall what we have been talking right now so far, it has been this. Okay, here we talk a little bit about the things that we have seen, some of the circumstances for Hitler's rise, the political ones, the economic conditions that they were going through the reparations and hyperinflation, and finally we saw a little bit about the Nazi movement, as you can see there, and we for sure saw the tank project, and right now we are talking a little bit here about art and Hitler's linkage. Okay, if you see these and if you want to check, you can go to Google Classroom. In Google Classroom, I have posted the assignment of tanks to there. But if you go and see in the screen, and you want to go to some of the folders here in Classroom folders, you can see pretty much what I'm explaining, and you can read it too. So for example, if I go to this one, I can see the script, and in the script it's telling you again the circumstances of Hitler's rise over here, and you can see everything again of what I'm explaining. Okay, and what are you going to do for even your summative test. Okay, so you can check that out. And remember, we saw this one. What is this related to Hitler's rise? Well, we know that he himself was a painter, And we saw that this was related to politics too, and politics has been called a form of art, as we saw in class, an art of ruling a nation, for example. Nevertheless, what is art then? Art, as some of artists define, is a physical expression of thoughts and emotions. And last week we saw that even in painting, a masterpiece is formed through some standards or guidelines to read it. We agree that it's not a question of opinions, likes, or tastes. Among those guidelines to discover if a painting truly demonstrated beauty in its attributes, it was mentioned and summarized the following. Which ones? We saw the subject, but also we saw the technique and symbolism, space and light, historical style, personal interpretation, right? So those are things that you were doing in MAMA even. Okay, and so what are we doing? What are we doing finally? Finally, we uh, we are going to um, we are going to see how this is related to the Nazi Germany, right? We're going to compare modern art with the Nazi Germany art, and this is going to be your summative test, at least the section one. We have seen Stalin months ago, and that he made several interventions in Russia's policies related to art to his favor. And here there is an opportunity to observe what really happened with the artists in Germany after the Nazification process. In order to see this, you students are going to do the following. And number one, you're going to watch videos about the Nazification in Germany, and you're going to take notes in the videos of one generated art. This is just 4 minutes, and the generated art in the Neue Galerie in New York for 3 minutes. You're going to watch that, and after what you have listened to, seen, and learned, what happened in Nazi Germany with artists, then you need to do the following: look for two paintings, one the Nazi Germany and one of modern art in Germany. Then you're going to compare and contrast these two paintings before and during the Nazification, and describe why you have chosen those two paintings. You are going to write one paragraph about it, and write similarities and differences, and there's going to be one paragraph of that too. These will reach a total of 2 paragraphs, 10 sentences max, and this first section will be done via Nearpod next Friday, 20th. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to do that so you can write while I am seeing you and listen to any concern or questions that you have next Friday. And let's say that you are watching already these videos beforehand, which I recommend that you will do. If you don't find any extra websites that will help you to find those paintings, here you have some linkages or some links that can help you to see the paintings and compare them. For modern art, we have these 3 websites, and for the Nazi Germany, these other 2. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for the attention that you have given to this video. And if you have any questions right now, you can text me well here in the chat, but also you can send some comments in Classroom, in Google Classroom. Okay. So thank you for this, and see you next time. Bye bye.